Hello! This is the One Episode Rule, a podcast about first impressions. I'm Magpie. And
I'm Blackle.
I got up at like 3 in the afternoon today.
Wow.
I don't know why.
Sleepy.
I got up and like the noise it made when I got out of bed I sounded like a tree.
How do you sound like a tree?
Crunchy.
There's a lot of crackling going on.
Oh my god.
Who are you people?
I'm Blackle.
I'm Joey.
And we're the super fun crew.
No, you're not.
Podcasters.
The podcaster fun crew.
Just do it right.
We're here to talk about anime, and first impressions.
And other bullshit.
Emma's not
Probably
here.
other stuff. Yes, our good friend Emma was tragically struck down by a rogue repairman. We're gonna miss her dearly.
Yeah.
Dealing with the wall portal.
The wet wall. So who wants to know the nonsense that I did this week?
Okay, what'd you do?
So I did go ahead and finish Cannon Busters.
Okay.
It was okay. Solid B tier series, I thought. Definitely does that thing that Netflix likes to do where they're setting up for another season, so I'll maybe watch it when it comes out. Yeah, that's what I did this week. I also finished Lupin, the third part. So yeah.
I just realized something that I forgot to tell you guys. And I was gonna say it on this I was going to say on the podcast, but I forgot, and then I'm just remembering now that Joey said that they watched another anime. And I do want to tell you all that I've sinned. Oh. And I watched the second episode of the last anime we watched.
Oh, really?
Because I wanted to see what bullshit they would come up with next.
Well, what bullshit did they come up with?
Let me see if I could summarize. So they did eventually get around to saying that some of the people were too stinky and evaporated and they aren't there anymore. There was a lot of like exposition by characters where they just stand there talking and explaining things that have happened. Also, at one point, a bunch of girls kneel down over top of a portal, which is glowing blue, scream, and then all turn like into the same gargoyle-ass motherfucker.
Oh no.
Oh, good.
Another one.
Also, the protagonist's boyfriend is also a Chinubyu, so that's...
Oh, they have... Yeah, how did that fight shake out?
Oh, literally, he like transformed into his like his what's the word, like he transformed into the form that they would sell as action figures if they ever did such a thing.
Ah, yes, Blizzard Strike, Batman.
He did like a Zoro Zed, and like the fucking monster got split up and stuff.
Oh, good.
So that's what happened, and it lasted all of like a half a minute.
So there's no payoff in the cliffhanger. Good.
No, not at all.
So they introduced more characters, I'm assuming.
Yeah, they did. They introduced like a no nonsense cop woman who did a bunch of nonsense by explaining in vivid detail some exposition that all the characters should already have known.
As you know.
Yeah, as you know. And also I did think, okay, I'm not curious about what's going to happen. The only thing I'm curious about is what the fuck's going to happen at the end. So I skipped to the last episode and watched it at 3.5 times speed. And even then I couldn't get to. I kept like skipping ahead because it was like really boring. Like it was like just like really boring fight scenes, like with characters like well, I mean, rightly, I don't know who they are because they haven't introduced these characters yet.
Right.
But there was one like fucking character who was like floating in the sky playing piano, and fucking like they were all the characters were like in their like action figure forms and like flying around like Neo in the Matrix, and like all of Tokyo was destroyed, and it was like very very last episode vibes, of course.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, skip ahead, like skip ahead 5 seconds, see what's going on, skip ahead 10 seconds, see what's going on, skip again 30 seconds, see what's going on. And all I could tell you about the very end is that there's a blue sky and a woman in a kimono falling. That's all I can tell you.
Okay.
Blackle, the way you consume media is
incomprehensible.
Just, I can't with that. Joey, what did you do? You were talking about Lupin.
Oh no, I didn't have anything else to say.
All right, we're going to the
third
news.
part. Let's go to the news. I do have some news if you want me to introduce that.
Well, we'll tag it on after I get through these news items.
Sure, go for it.
Because we're going to talk about the month of October.
Oh boy.
Spooky month.
So, the new Higurashi anime has been postponed and will premiere in October.
Okay.
Giving the behind-the-scenes crew quite a bit of time to finish the original.
Yeah.
For context, some of these keyframes actually look pretty rough.
Uh-oh.
Just hilarious when they're remaking a show because it looked rough.
Uh-oh.
And anyway, while we're waiting, while we're consuming that in October, they will also be unveiling in Yokohama. They will be unveiling the walking life-size Gundam.
Oh my god!
That they have
built.
That the Japanese Japan has built. Seemingly just to create the most incredible photograph to ever exist.
Let's take a little look-see
so
then. It looks like an anime.
Now, let's be real here. It's not a free roaming giant robot. It is it is connected to that scaffold at the waist. But it will walk out and turn it at the waist and wave at people and shit.
Interesting.
And then walk back into its housing.
Wait, are you saying it's going to do that or it's not going to do that?
It is going to do that.
What the fuck?
Robots.
Why did you think I was saying the opposite?
I don't know. I was just hopeful that it wasn't going to happen because I'm scared.
Otherwise, it's just kind of a big statue. But yeah, that's going to be a thing in October, according to I assume the company building it.
Wow.
Y'all should replace all the Civil War monuments with Gundams.
We should.
I agree. That would be rad.
Should take down all the Robert E. Lees and Stonewall Jacksons and replace them with the RX-78.
Replace them with the was it the Fukushima Gundam that they keep fixing the guns on?
Yeah, the Hitare Gundam, the loser Gundam.
Yeah,
they should replace him with that. What kind of news did you have, Joey?
Well, it's interesting because one of mine is also from October.
All right.
They're going to be releasing the 3rd season of Osomatsu-san.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Which I don't know if any of you care about, but it's kind of a comedy series about sextuplets that live with their parents, and it's pretty funny.
The only thing I know about Osomatsu-san is that one screen grab I saw where the one guy had the thing stuck in his ass.
You know, the only thing I know about Osomatsu-san, I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Yes,
is
correct.
It are all like all the people on Tumblr who are kinning with them.
Yes, and they all look like little gremlins, and everyone's horny for them.
They all look the same. I can't tell.
I mean, they're sextuplets.
They're multiplying.
they're literally born on the same day, so yeah.
I should not have searched for that because I have found something that I never wanted to see.
I don't know what you're talking about, but let's talk about the next thing, which is
You know that sounds suspiciously like you do know what I'm talking
no, I don't actually, but I might remember it later.
about this accursed mouse pad.
Oh God. So the next thing is that in January 2021, we're gonna have Dr.Stone season 2. Woo!
Oh good, Dr. Stone's back. And now we can appreciate more of his adventures.
The main character of the series, Dr. Stone.
The main character of the series.
I'll kill you with my own hands. So yeah, that's coming out.
Mr. Rock.
I like Mr. Stone's green hair.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm defeated.
My favorite part of that conversation earlier was just like, oh, he's just so happy that his buddy Dr. Stone's back. He has to yell about it.
Yeah. No one's gonna understand this.
It's
called Dr. Stone because the petrification has healing properties. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. I'm getting that out there.
That's why. It's not because that guy's name is Rick Stone.
His name is not. That's not it. It's not that.
Raymond Stone.
My favorite anime character, Rick Stone.
Yeah, I guess.
Michael, you said you had something for us to watch.
Yeah, so I think last time I was talking about, just at the very beginning, I was talking about how I'm part of the internet that involves, like, reenacting the 90s through web design. And you were like, that's the most inaccessible thing I've ever heard. And I'm like, well, today I've got something even more inaccessible for to talk about. So there's a subculture of people called the demo scene, where people like make art using computers in a way that's like really like self-limited, like how like authors will write tweets that are like fiction, or like they'll like authors love the fact that Twitter is like limits the number of characters they can use, because it's like limitations are like a boon for creativity. Well, the same thing can be true for computer science, where you can make art with computers in a way that's limited in whatever ways. So one of the ways you can do it, so this is a subculture within the subculture, is you can write code in a limited amount of time in front of an audience. It's called live coding. So it's like a performance art in a way. And so I recently have been doing that, and I've gotten really into it, and I've sort of like made a very, very small name for myself, and now like a bunch of shader coders who do that same thing are talking to me. And so the other day, like one of I think probably one of the best shader coders, the shader live coders, was messaged me, and we were talking, and he gave me an anime recommendation.
Oh my god!
Good. Good.
And I told him about our podcast. And so he was like, yeah, maybe you'll watch it on the podcast. And I'm like, yeah, sure. So that's my recommendation. So the anime that we'll be watching, and let me see if I can pronounce this without tripping over myself.
Oh, God.
Dororo.
Dororo?
Dororo. That's the name of the anime that we will be watching today.
Dororo.
Dororo.
Oh, okay. I've heard of this. I have heard of this.
Dororo.
Ro.
Okay.
All right, we're back, and about halfway through this, I realized that I have seen Dororo.
Oh. Wait, what?
But wait,
you've seen the older one, haven't you?
I haven't seen the older one, and I haven't seen the comic. I saw the live-action film while drunk.
What?
Oh my god!
How?
It was on Netflix for a while.
Be.
Holy crap.
Interesting. So you know all the spoilers.
I know all the spoilers.
But you technically haven't watched this version of it. So
I
it's
haven't
still
seen.
fresh.
I have not seen the 2019 anime. No.
Okay.
Yes.
So, shall we get into it? Shall we read the blurb?
Yeah, go ahead and give us slice us off a piece of blurb.
Yeah, blurb
I
us
need
up.
someone to do this because I can't pronounce those words.
You're not even gonna try.
Magpie?
A young ronin named Hyakimaru, along with a young urchin Dororo, must face multiple demons in Sengoku-era Japan who have stolen his various body parts in order to get them back. That's a little reductive, but
It is. I've
this
got my
story-
own blurb actually. If you want to hear it,
oh god,
Yeah,
here's my blurb.
let's do it.
Evil Ted Danson's wife gives birth to the Eraserhead baby. Eventually, the Eraserhead baby gets turned into a robot, fights a blob monster, and makes friends with the tiny baby who does crimes.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
pretty accurate too, honestly.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So yeah, Dororo has a really, really long history. The
Yeah.
original source of this is from your good pal and proto furry Osamu Tezuka.
Oh
Wrote.
wow, that was
Is
him.
that the dude who would draw women transforming into snakes?
Yes, he drew the very tame snake and mouse furry stuff, and then locked them away in one of his desk drawers in shame.
Secret.
But yeah, he did Dororo. I assume after he was, or maybe during the time he was working on Astro Boy and Kimba the White Lion and stuff like that, during the late 60s. Because apparently comics featuring yokai were really popular with kids then. And he was just like,
Better get on that.
give me some of that.
Get some of that yokai money.
And then they immediately turned it into a TV anime that ran in the 60s, and then they did another manga, and then they did last year
live action movie.
Yeah, they did a live action movie, and then last year they did a new anime, which is what we just watched. And I have to say, I like this show.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
The character designs are interesting because they're fucking Tezuka brand. They don't quite look like anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And
I did hate that the first character we see has a really how do I say this? I feel like whenever you watch an anime, it's usually some random bullshit, like a character has a scar on their face or something. Like whenever I watch Cannon Busters, the guy had the stretch marks on his face, and then we get to this guy and he's got an X on his forehead, and I'm just like,
I love that because I went through the fucking whole story about that. Because the first thing I wrote down was, how do people in anime get that X-shaped scar in the middle of the
explained it.
And then they told us how he got that scar.
A bunch of demons made his forehead explode.
Apparently, that's what happens when demon lightning hits your face.
It's funny because the guy with the scar on his head was so noteworthy that the first note that I have on my paper is that I just drew him.
You just drew him. Just drew his
little
doodle face
of this horrible little man.
Oh, blessed be!
That's pretty good.
What the fuck is up with the background of that paper?
It's note paper. Sorry.
It's festive. Listen, it's festive note paper, okay?
Is that Rocky and Bullwinkle?
Oh God, just
listen,
ignore the paper.
We can't go into this. This is not going in the liner notes.
Oh, damn it.
So
anyway.
Yeah, so I like pretty much everything that was going on. The OP was a little incongruous because after the pre-roll intro where they were talking about the guy making the deal with the 12 demons, they dropped
it. So long. The fucking cold open was so long, which I guess is understandable because it's the first episode. But when they played the fucking OP, I was like, oh right, this isn't an anime movie. This is a TV series.
It's just here's the OP, and the OP starts with "Party is over."
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what?
fucking love.
The OP was actually my favorite part for a specific reason.
Really?
And do you guys want to guess what the reason is?
Oh god, I can't even.
I couldn't possibly fathom.
Okay, the reason why I liked it so much, and I don't know why, but the falsetto that they go into at the beginning is just like, for some reason, gave me like goosebumps. It was so
just
good.
hit you just right.
The falsetto hit me just right.
You were into it.
I was into it. Like, the video was like, I could take it or leave it, but I'm downloading that song later.
I love that.
But yeah, this I don't know what to say. This show's cool. Like,
Well,
oh yeah, and the man with the biwa is my favorite character in anything.
But wait, which
is that
one
the
is
guy
that?
who was like blind but could see?
That was the blind man. The instrument he's carrying is called a biwa.
Yes.
That was good.
I loved him.
It's just like
He's so good.
I smell something else. I want to know how his guitar sword works, because I feel like it should still, if he pulls the blade out of the neck, it should still be attached to the body of it with the strings.
Right.
They're just really stretchy.
Maybe he's just very careful.
Maybe it just
There
goes
are no
behind
strings.
where the strings are. Or that. I mean, it could just not function as a
Just
instrument. Maybe.
So he just carries it around and he can't actually play.
Maybe. You never, like, okay, when they show me him playing it, then I'll change my mind. But until then...
That's like an archetype of like traveling monk or beggar in Japan is the old man with the biwa. So like that would be really weird, because it'd just be like, play us a song, old man, and he's just like, you mind your own.
he just like I don't know how you play a biwa. Does it have like a bow, or do you like pluck the strings? Or
It's got a big weird pick. It's not
right.
Not quite
So
like anything else.
You just bang the pick against the wood. That's the song. like it's a fucking like drum kit or something.
Like it's Stomp.
Yeah.
Oh god, a Stomp reference. Does anybody know what Stomp even is anymore?
Is that like?
That's the one where That's the one where they improv the music by beating the shit out of trash cans on stage. They just made a whole bunch of racket.
I think the only Spike Jonze thing I've seen, and I hope that this is by Spike Jonze, or I'm gonna look like a doofus, was Do the Right Thing. It was a movie.
Okay, cool.
I watched that in like film studies class.
Cool. I have no idea why you brought up Spike Jonze.
Did you say that Stomp was a musical by someone whose name had the word Spike in it?
No, I didn't say anything of that at all like that.
You know what? There must have been a connection error on my end.
I'm completely lost.
Joey, did I say anything like that?
I have no idea where I don't know where I am. I have no memory of this place.
Did I completely hallucinate you bringing up a Spike Jonze?
Yes.
I did completely hallucinate you bringing up Spike Jonze.
Well, at least this episode's got something in it if we don't have anything else to say.
I need to go home.
It's about, this episode of the One Episode Rule is about Blackwell having a psychotic break.
Almost all of my notes.
Did I say Spike Jonze? I meant to say Spike Lee. I'm going to die here.
Spike Lee? I didn't say anything about Spike Lee either.
There was no word Spike. Hey, what the fuck is happening?
Jesus. Are you okay? Fuck. What the...
It's been really hot today. We don't have central AC. I might be getting heat stroke.
I think the demons are there for you. I think the demons are getting you.
I'm getting a Pikachu electricity. They're going to take my skin.
They've come to claim your brain.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But yes,
oh my god, can we talk about the anime?
What I was going to say just then was that almost all of my notes are about the awful baby.
I hate the baby.
Yeah, the horrible little baby. Well, I love Hyakimaru for the reason that he's definitely not a Bishoujo.
I I don't know. I wrote them. They probably made him cute, though.
or Bishounen. Fuck, I don't know. It's Japanese.
Like, for it, all things considered, he has no face, no eyes, no body parts of any sort. He doesn't have any skin.
Wait, hold on. I love the Eraserhead baby. I'm talking about the crying baby. I hate the crying baby.
Yeah, that's Dororo.
Well, cool.
That's who the series is fucking named after.
I hate him.
Well, cool. We weren't talking about him anyway. I'm workshopping something. He has no skin. He has no face. This Kong.
He's a human disgrace. So no, okay, wait, but here's the thing. I think we have to talk about the end of the episode because it was a little confusing.
Okay.
Did he get his face back?
Yeah, yes. That's the deal. He kills each one of the demons has one of his parts.
So you might be incorrect. He might be regaining his Bishounen status there.
Well, build a Bishounen is different than what's usual. It's well outside the norm.
I love to go down to build a Bishounen at my local fucking strip mall.
I like to head on down to build a Bishy workshop.
Oh Christ! I'm glad we have that too, so we can save the podcast from my fucking mental blip.
That's a joke. We need at least one for the show.
Yeah.
Well, we got one in.
I tell you what
the fuck are you talking
about? I really should have responded with that, but anyway, the first time they showed that kid, the first time they showed the kid's face up close and his veins were just going, I'm just like, yeah, that's a mood. I feel like that a lot of the time.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what it feels like.
It's eyeless, noseless.
That's how 2020 hit.
Just blood slowly pulsing through my exposed veins.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do want to say one thing, which is a little bit unrelated. I guess it's still related to the anime, but I was really, at the very beginning, because I saw, as I was looking up this anime in order to, get a link to watch it, yeah. I saw, media from it, and I'm like, oh, it looks like it's, there's a it looks like, what's the word? Like a fucking, Ronin anime, as it is.
Yeah, okay.
Sure.
And I was like, okay, I can deal with it, I just wish it was something else. And then at the very beginning, there's all these motorcycles driving around. I was like, oh, shit!
Oh, yeah.
Is this gonna be weird? Is this gonna be fucky wucky? And then it was just the fucking, studio
the company.
bumper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, damn it!
What do you call
something
those?
Something to speak about motorcycles. I would call it a bumper. I don't know.
I guess it's
sure.
I guess that makes
it's like a logo intro, I guess.
It's studio logo or something like that.
Yeah. And I wanted it to be motorcycles.
You wanted it to be that.
Yeah. And also I have a bit of a dragon dick moment.
Oh no.
All right.
No, you did. Moving on.
Which is when okay, first of all, the Hall of Hell is really on the nose. I don't know if that was just a translation thing. But the fucking the dude who looks like the character who looks like Ted Danson with the X mark on his forehead.
Yeah.
Goes to the Hall of Hell to make a deal with the demons. And when he was walking up the stairs to get there, he got a bit of a booty though.
No, he doesn't. Moving on.
I think his name is Daigo.
His name is Daigo-sama.
Yeah.
Ted Daigo.
He's
no.
Like a local lord. He does not look like Ted Danson. I don't know.
He looks a little bit like Ted Danson. I feel like if there was a live action movie of this, they would cast Ted Danson.
You can't do this.
I'm looking.
This is your cue to scream. They already made a live action movie and they didn't cast Ted Danson.
They didn't.
They did already make a live action movie, and he doesn't look like Ted Danson, and you are insane.
Listen, Blackle's having a hard time today.
I think that I think that me watching the last episode of what the fuck is the name of the anime we watched last time?
King Crimson, Lord Vermilion or something.
Me watching the last episode of Lord Vermilion at 3.5 times speed and then listening to Thos Moser the entire weekend probably destroyed my brain for the good.
Poisoned you.
Yeah,
I'm dead now.
I have counseled you against such actions. But
you have advised me, and I didn't take your advice, and in fact I'm listening to Thos Moser right now.
You can't be.
I'm kidding.
Oh. What else? What else have we got?
So why did I continuously think Dororo was a girl?
I don't think you're wrong to think. They really. I would be surprised if the voice actress or voice actor or whoever isn't like high femme.
But I'm just saying, like, I've seen lots of stuff about Dororo, and I thought there was a girl character in this, like, multiple. I also thought Hyakimaru was a girl at one point.
It's really hard to tell anything about anybody whenever they're missing all of their limbs and facial features.
Right. Whenever I was whenever he was sacrificing his child, I even wrote, before they told him that it was a boy, I even wrote, the demons are stealing your daughter now. And I had to scratch out daughter and write son. Oops.
Yeah. The Wikipedia confirms that Dororo is a girl.
Oh, okay.
I don't. Who cares?
It's just they don't make that clear, or I guess
it's not important to the story.
I mean, yes, I understand this, but like they don't make it clear, and I think they kind of even like deliberately make it ambiguous, which I kind of like.
Maybe
it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
What matters the gender of a filthy gutted child?
Gender gremlin.
Yes, exactly.
Me too.
Did anyone notice?
Criminal.
Did anyone notice that the voice sync for Dororo was really bad?
No.
No, I didn't notice that either.
I don't know. I found that like the voice sync for the mouth movements was not good.
Oh, Blackhole, you just haven't watched enough anime. It's always bad. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can't pay too close
attention
to that.
It's never gonna work. Just don't.
They don't usually like make the lips like super go along with the sounds.
I was meaning like their mouth is like closed while sound is coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, again,
like an and their mouth is closed.
That happens.
Probably.
Anyway. God, you remember the days of yore where people who were fan subbing on tape were editing in new mouth flaps?
Yeah.
Because they are insane.
They would go hardcore. Why did they do that?
Because they had nothing better to do, and they had a bunch of very expensive VHS editing equipment.
I've run out of notes here. And I feel like the episode's winding down, and I feel that reflecting back on this episode, I think that it's going to make Emma scream when she watches it.
Emma's going to be very mad at all of us.
Well,
I think specifically me.
Well, mad at you, maybe. But anyway. If the
and to future Emma, I'm so fucking sorry.
All of us, I think, a little bit.
I
my last
to
thing
accept any blame.
that I want to talk about is that random dog that appeared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's not a random
doesn't even look like he belonged to the anime.
He's a puppy.
He just appeared out, but then he didn't do anything, and then he vanished, and they never showed him again.
They just stretched him a little bit.
What the fuck was he supposed to do? He's a puppy.
I mean, you would expect them to acknowledge that the dog is okay. I needed to know that, but no.
Yeah.
They were like, this is not important anymore.
Well, maybe
anyone,
it'll tell next episode.
Maybe.
Did anyone else find that the dog was really off model and didn't look like a real dog?
Nothing looks real in Tezuka
It's anime.
style. It's very anime. In fact, it's almost
fine.
Disney most of the time.
Well, explain the dudes wearing loincloths. They seemed pretty
Okay, so that was a note, and the note is this: those guys are accurate to Japanese history, and the real question you should be asking is, why did Japanese dudes in the Sengoku era feel like it was appropriate to just walk around wearing fundoshis?
I mean, it's not. That's their prerogative. I'm just saying the level of detail with the thigh hair was a little bit much.
Like, why?
Listen.
Why did they think
accuracy?
They're just gonna wander around with their whole ass out?
They're allowed to.
I wouldn't complain.
Well, you're allowed to do a lot of shit you shouldn't do.
Well, they're allowed, and therefore they will. It's fine.
Yeah.
There are people out there making fucking corn dog bread.
They're allowed.
And the only reason they're making it is because nobody stopped them.
Liberty.
Well,
I hate this fucking dog. I love this fucking dog.
He's a puppy.
Anyhow.
Just a little puppy. Okay, so will either of you watch any more of this? Because I will.
Oh, yes.
I remember.
I was planning to watch this anyways, so...
I can recognize that it was good, I just don't think it's for me.
This is not your jam?
No, it doesn't seem like Blackle food. Does seem like Joey food, for sure.
Yeah. I should say, in the original run, by the way, it's not 12 demons, it's 48.
Yeah, I did see that as well. It's a lot of demons. They had a lot of episodes to fill.
That's significantly more granular. It's like demons for individual eyebrows and shit.
Oh my god.
Just be like, are you gonna kill that last demon so you can get to your fucking left pinky's fingernail back? And it's be
big toe back. Oh, thank God.
Like, nah, I don't really feel like it. I feel like I don't need that.
Like, oh no, you need to go fetch your right nipple.
It's just be like, I am physically male, so I don't really need these. I don't really expect to be nursing anything, so you must be complete. Kill the demon.
Could you imagine if he kills a demon and it becomes the appendix and he's like, oh fuck.
He's just like, oh shit.
Now I might or might not need appendix appendix removal surgery.
Can I put it back?
Can I turn my appendix back into a demon?
You can have it. I don't care. So anyway, if you want to send us an email and tell us which body part you can do without, you can do that at oneepisodecast@gmail.com.
That would be one, the word, not the number.
We also have a Twitter that Emma usually manages, but I occasionally cross-tweet to from TweetDeck, with just random horseshit. If you'd like to see any of the crimes that I commit there, you can do that at oneepisodecast at Twitter. That's right. Is that right? I think that's right.
Yes, oneepisodecast.
That's where we do the
Twitter.
thing. That's where we retweet Out of Touch Thursdays.
Oh yes, Out of Touch Thursdays. Lots of good anime shit posts on there. Get on it. Tweet at us angrily.
Yeah. Send us your criticisms. We will ignore them.
We will fight you. I will fight you personally. I don't even get on the Twitter. I will get on the Twitter just to fight you.
This is true. I've never seen Joey post on the Twitter. The end of this episode has gotten really confrontational. I think we should
really aggressive. Come at me, demons. Just to make it relevant to the episode again.
Hey, what's up, demons? It's your boy.
Hey, demons, it's
Yakimaru.
your boy.